This video is brought to you by my new album entitled Dougal's Treats. It's full of hummable melodies, bluesy riffs and the occasional bit of virtuoso flashy stuff as well. If you enjoy bluesy rock guitar with memorable tunes and solos that wail like a banshee, then check out the links in the description. The premium version includes all of the tabs for each tune, videos and jam tracks as well. Thanks for listening, now on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. I got one of those little cards through the door the other day. You know, the kind of thing that the postman or the courier delivery driver will just stick through the letterbox saying, "Sorry, we missed you, you were out," when in actual fact you were in. You were in the house and you were within earshot of the doorbell, but, you know, they couldn't be bothered doing their job that day, it seems. We've all had that happen, haven't we? But on closer inspection, it wasn't one of those cards. It was, you know, the sender didn't pay the full postage, so there was a balance to pay. And it was only a couple of £3, so I went online to the address stated on the back of the card and, you know, paid the balance. And I think there's somebody that's bought me a t-shirt just because they like what I do on this channel. I'm incredibly grateful for that kind of thing. Never solicited, but always appreciated. So I thought that's what it was. And then a few days later, the delivery driver turned up again. And, well, I don't think this is the sort of packaging that a t-shirt comes in. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a guitar to unbox. There's an address label on this side of the box back here that gives me some clue as to what it is. I guess I'm just going to have to open it and find out.
Go on, lad, way ahead.
Yes, indeed, it is a vintage V6 Strat copy. Not just any vintage V6 Strat copy, but it's the one that I related the story of in Sunday's video. I'll put a link to that down below. There is an incredibly generous chap in Northern Ireland called Jim, who has bought me guitars as presents. I've never met Jim, I've never spoken to him, we've exchanged emails and so on, but he just seems to like what I do on this platform here, and he sent me guitars. The first one that he sent me was its sibling here, the vintage V75 Telecaster copy, and this, for sort of traditional Telecaster kind of tones, I'm talking like, you know, rather than the one that I've got that's got like a Hot Rails and a humbucker, for just kind of bread and butter, meat and potatoes kind of Telecaster tones, this is becoming a firm favourite. And he sent me that guitar, and you know, then a little while later he said, "Did you get that other vintage guitar I sent you?" And I said, well, no, but, you know, I didn't realise you were sending me one. And then there was a whole long process of him finding what had happened to the guitar. It had essentially gone missing from a Parcel Force delivery depot. The conversations that he had with Parcel Force suggested that for some reason it had been returned to Amazon, where Amazon are not even a part. You know, the guitar didn't come from Amazon. Amazon have got like, they're not, you know, in the equation here. You might as well have sent it back to oh, I don't know, Tesco, you know, or Asda, because they just weren't a party to this thing at all. But for some reason, allegedly, it had got an Amazon's return label stuck on it and sent off to where they thought it had come from. Now, at this point, both Jim and I smelled a huge rat. We thought, yes, somebody's, you know, just nefariously, you know, half-inched the guitar. It's gone home in the back of their car, and that's the last we'll ever see of it. You know, but Then that label turned up. That little card turned up through the door saying, the seller didn't pay the full postage. Well, there you have it. The guitar has been on a 4-month journey. I think it's about 4 months to finally get here. The label that I was talking about on the box, I won't show you it because I don't want to reveal Jim's address, but there is an Amazon returns label on it. So I can only surmise that the guitar did get sent to Amazon. They didn't know what to do with it and they sent it on, and perhaps they paid the incorrect amount of postage, which left me with a balance to pay. But it's finally made it here. And to cap it all, Jim, when he found out that the guitar had gone missing, sent me a replacement, which did make it here. This is the one that I've modded and used on the channel quite a bit, with the hot rails in the back end, mainly because I've already got a 3 single coil Strat. You can see on the back wall there that Squire Classic vibe. So I thought it'd be fun to have like a HSS style Strat for occasions when I need that style of guitar. So I have, for somebody who isn't really, a Strat guy, I now have 3 Strats. I bought the Classic Vibe because every now and again I will need a Strat to do a comparison video. And if I say, now let's compare this guitar to an actual Strat, and I pull something off the wall that doesn't say Fender or Squire or something, if it doesn't say Stratocaster on the headstock somewhere, people will kind of start typing in the comments, that's not a real Strat. So that's why I got that guitar. The HSS one, the one with the hot rails, that it has its own place in the toolbox. But this one, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm not. I'm incredibly grateful to Jim for his staggering generosity. And as I say, watch Sunday's video. Where I go into more depth on that. I'm incredibly grateful. But this guitar, I would rather it got played by someone who's going to have a lot of fun with it than it just being something that's going to sit unplayed in the office here. So this guitar, complete with hang tags and protective film still on the pickguard and everything, I'm going to leave all that intact so that it can be sold as a brand new guitar. And who's going to be selling it? Well, this guitar is going to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, which is a fantastic charity in this part of the world. I've done stuff with them before, as many of you know. They basically provide end-of-life and respite care to children and their families, children who under 5 with life-limiting illnesses. So I can't think of a better cause to donate the guitar to. That's where this guitar is going to go. If you're interested in what this guitar sounds like and everything, I've done again videos on that. Probably I'll link to Sunday's video where it's where I'm playing the other one there with the humbucker in the back end, and I'll also link to the review that I initially did of the first version of this guitar when it turned up. So this one's going to go to Zoe's Place. Hopefully they can use it as a raffle prize or auction it off or raise some much needed funds for their very, very worthy cause with it. Jim, you are a legend, sir. I cannot thank you enough for your stupefying generosity. I am absolutely blown away. The more I think about this, the less adequate I feel in terms of having the words to express just how incredible your generosity is. Hopefully I've come close to that in this and Sunday's video. So the mystery of the missing vintage V6 Strat copy is finally solved. I thought, and so did Jim, that it had been, kind of purloined. It had been dishonestly nabbed by some recalcitrant employee of Parcel Force. Turns out we were wrong. Maybe we need to have a little bit more faith in humanity, but there you go. That's the video for today, folks. It's been Quite a journey, hasn't it? Hope you've enjoyed the video, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. And of course, don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about stuff. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.